Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be discussing 5 ways to live as a Christian minimalist. As mentioned in my previous video, what the Bible tells us about minimalism, many Christians have turned to minimalism to be more like Christ. Though Jesus was the King of Kings, he owned very few possessions. Jesus encouraged his followers to focus on the gifts they store away for heaven, as opposed to focusing heavily on worldly things. He also spoke of us having an abundant life provided by his Father. This abundant life doesn't focus on how many items schedules are. Instead, this abundance is measured in the gifts that God gave us. These gifts include time, resources, energy, and talent. Minimalism allows us to focus on these gifts and let go of the things that are holding us back. The items we have or how busy our schedules are. Becca Elrich from buildingfaith.org shares her advice in the article 5 Tips from a Christian Minimalist to Simplify and Focus on What Really Matters. Tip number 1 by Elrich is to let some things go. This includes unnecessary commitments and material possessions, along with toxic people. And as you're going through this process of canceling events you don't want to go to, or letting go of activities that you don't want to be a part of, or letting go of possessions that no longer add value to your life, or working through cutting toxic people out of your life, always remember to talk to God about this. Pray on it. Ask him what he thinks. God will guide you in the right direction. Number 2, learn to say no. Now this can be hard for a lot of us. I know I have a hard time saying no a lot of the time, but we often find ourselves saying yes to things that we want to say no to, commitments that we don't want to be a part of, events we don't want to go to, things we don't feel like align with our values, or it was just something we didn't want to do. Maybe you're just having a bad day and you need that time to yourself to recharge. It's okay to say no to going to something that you were originally planning to go to. Sometimes we just need to free up our schedules and allow time to be by ourselves, be with God, and that's all that matters. We must also assess our spiritual gifts, which once again are time, energy, resources, and talent. We need to ask ourselves what our talents are. How can we use them to help others? How can we benefit the world? Who can we make time for that we haven't made time for? How can we use our resources to help those in need? Really think about it and just consider how you can use your time, talent, and resources together to make this world a better place. 4th thing that Elrich suggests is to limit use of television, media, and technology. She says to spend less time mindlessly scrolling on social media. Figure out if your time on social media is adding value to your life. Or maybe you're just getting jealous because you see other people posting beautiful pictures and it seems like they're living such a great life when you don't know what went into taking that picture. You don't know what they were doing before that picture was taken. So you only see the highlights of their life. You don't see every part. And there are people who are less vulnerable than others, so they're not going to share everything. Also, we do tend to get locked into TV shows enough to get sucked into a show and realize half the day has gone by and you haven't done anything. Personally, I think it's good to set a limit on how much TV you watch and how often you watch it. I know this doesn't work for everybody, but I don't even watch TV every day. I only watch it if I feel like it or if there's a movie on I want to watch. But maybe set aside like an hour, half an hour, maybe up to 2 hours, and just limit it to that. Also, make sure when you're utilizing technology, don't go overboard. Make sure the time that you are using it adds value to your life. Like maybe you're a blogger or a YouTuber and utilizing technology adds value to your life. Or maybe you have friends and family members that live out of town and you're just checking up on them through social media. That's another great way to add value to your life. But really, be mindful of how you're using social media in your life. Lastly, Elrich suggests that we make time for God. As we simplify our schedule, it allows more time for prayer, meditation, and rest. And as we're spending time with God, be sure to listen to his guidance. Figure out how God wants you to simplify your life. Figure out what He's telling you to do with your life. And just, most importantly, just focus on building your relationship with Him. God wants to have a relationship with all of us. So those are 5 tips on how to be a Christian minimalist from Becca Elrich. I will link her article down below, along with a couple other articles about Christian minimalism. And I will be sure to link the video about verses about minimalism down below as well. And as always, I post videos every Thursday, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And also be sure to hit the bell so you never miss a notification. Bye-bye, guys!